future of Saw franchise in limbo as writers reveal production stalled. The future of the iconic Saw franchise seems to be hanging in the balance as new reports emerge suggesting that the highly anticipated 11th installment, Saw 11, may not be moving forward as smoothly as fans had hoped. The Saw series, which has been a cornerstone of the horror genre since its inception in 2004, faced uncertainty after one of the franchise's key screenwriters, Patrick Melton, revealed that progress on the next installment has stalled due to higher-level managerial issues. This news has left the franchise's loyal fanbase disappointed and questioning whether the story of John Kramer, also known as the Jigsaw Killer, will continue. Background and success of the Saw franchise. The Saw franchise began with the release of Saw in 2004, directed by James Wan and written by Lee Hwanel. The film introduced audiences to the twisted mind of John Kramer, Tobin Bell, a terminally ill man who tests his victims' will to live through a series of deadly and morally complex games. The original film was groundbreaking in its psychological depth, blending elements of gore and suspense with philosophical questions about morality, redemption, and justice. The success of the first film led to a rapid expansion of the series, with sequels released almost annually. Each film deepened the mythology of John Kramer and his followers, particularly Amanda Young, Shawnee Smith, and Mark Hoffman, Costas Mandylor. Despite Kramer's death in Saw 3, 2006, the series continued to explore his legacy through flashbacks, copycat killers, and new layers of his master plan. By the time Saw X was released in 2023, the franchise had already cemented itself as one of the highest-grossing horror franchises of all time. The 10th installment, directed by Kevin Grudert, served as a midquel, taking place between the events of Saw and Saw 2. It explored John Kramer's journey to Mexico to undergo an experimental cancer treatment, only to discover that he had been scammed. Seeking revenge, Kramer orchestrates a series of brutal traps designed to teach the perpetrators the value of life. Saw X was widely regarded as a return to form for the series, receiving praise for its more character-driven approach and deeper focus on Kramer's psychology. Tobin Bell's performance was particularly lauded, with many critics highlighting his ability to humanize Kramer while maintaining his terrifying presence. The film grossed over $107 million worldwide against a modest budget, making it one of the most commercially successful entries in the franchise. The promise of Saw 11 and its unexpected delay. Following the success of Saw X, Lionsgate quickly announced plans for Saw 11, aiming for a September 2024 release. Fans were eager to see where the franchise would go next, especially after the ambiguous ending of Saw X, which left several key plot threads open for continuation. However, in a surprising and disappointing development, Patrick Melton, one of the franchise's longtime writers, recently disclosed that production on Saw 11 has stalled. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Melton stated, "It's stalled at a managerial level. It has nothing to do with the creative or anything else. There are higher-level things at play." Melton and his writing partner, Marcus Dunstan, have been involved with the Saw franchise since Saw 4, 2007. The duo played a key role in expanding the lore of the series, introducing new characters and exploring the philosophical underpinnings of Kramer's twisted moral code. Their involvement in Saw 11 was seen as a promising sign for the film's quality and continuity. "It's frustrating because we have a very timely story in it," Melton added. "It taps into the same themes of Saw 6, where you're a citizen, you feel angry and frustrated with something, you feel like you can't do anything, and John Kramer's going to do it." Melton's reference to Saw 6 is significant, as that installment was one of the most politically charged entries in the series. It explored themes of healthcare, corporate greed, and the consequences of systemic failure, with Kramer targeting a corrupt health insurance executive. If Saw 11 follows a similar thematic path, it could reflect the current social and political climate, making it especially relevant to modern audiences. Creative challenges and studio politics. The delay in production appears to stem from internal studio issues rather than creative disagreements. Lionsgate has been the home of the Saw franchise since its inception, but the studio has undergone several leadership changes in recent years, leading to shifts in strategic priorities. The horror genre remains a reliable moneymaker for studios, with franchises like Halloween, The Conjuring, and Scream continuing to perform well at the box office. However, the success of Saw X created high expectations for Saw 11, placing pressure on the creative team to deliver another hit. Melton and Dunstan's openness about the situation suggests that the script for Saw 11 is already in place, but greenlighting the project requires higher-level approval. The studio's hesitation may be linked to budgetary concerns, scheduling conflicts, or strategic shifts in Lionsgate's overall release slate. Fan reaction and speculation. The news of the delay has sparked intense discussion among Saw fans. The franchise has a deeply loyal following, with fans analyzing every detail of the complex timeline and the interconnected storylines. Many fans have taken to social media to express their disappointment, while others have speculated about potential storylines for Saw 11. One popular theory is that the film could explore the return of Amanda Young and Mark Hoffman, whose fates were left ambiguous in previous installments. Another theory suggests that the film could introduce a new apprentice or expand on the moral and philosophical legacy of Kramer's teachings. Tobin Bell's involvement remains a key factor in the franchise's success. Bell has portrayed Kramer with a nuanced blend of menace and vulnerability, making him one of the most complex and memorable villains in horror history. While Bell is now in his 80s, his performance in Saw X proved that he remains fully capable of carrying the series. The legacy of Saw and the future of horror. The Saw franchise's legacy extends beyond box office success. It helped define the torture porn subgenre of horror in the mid-2000s, inspiring a wave of imitators while also facing criticism for its graphic violence. However, the series' underlying moral questions and psychological depth set it apart from other horror films. James Wan and Lee Hwanell's original vision for Saw was rooted in psychological horror, with the traps serving as metaphors for the characters' inner struggles. As the series progressed, it delved deeper into the mythology of Kramer and his followers, creating a morally ambiguous universe where victims are often complicit in their own suffering. The success of Saw X demonstrated that audiences are still invested in this story. If Saw 11 moves forward, it could provide an opportunity to explore new facets of Kramer's philosophy while introducing fresh characters and challenges.